Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for coming here today, this morning. In addition to being the fraternity's executive director, I'm also a proud member of SAE. I want to start my remarks today by saying that the recent actions of certain members at the University of Oklahoma do not reflect the fraternity I now lead. The chant in the video is ugly, it is demoralizing, and absolutely counter to the values of SAE. I want to be crystal clear. We have a zero tolerance for that sort of behavior. As a national organization, however, we must answer for the actions of those whom we have welcomed into our membership. And so today I want to apologize on behalf of our fraternity for the pain the situation has caused. The words were offensive and harmful. And now we must begin the task of seeking forgiveness and taking steps to ensure that this never happens again. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. The commitments we are prepared to make to help us cultivate the culture within our organization that is even more open and that even better reflects our values. Bold moves, like those I'm going to announce today, are not new to us. Last March, we were confronted with some serious issues around hazing in our new member program. In that instance, we took responsibility and eliminated pledging within SAE to better support our new members and promote the kinds of behaviors we expect from all of our members. Today, we are taking action again, this time by announcing a four-part initiative to address these isolated cases of racial discrimination and insensitivity, and to make sure that our fraternity is welcoming of all who reflect our true values. First, we are committed to hiring a director of diversity and inclusion, and to doing so in short order. Our understanding is that this is the first such executive level position at any major fraternity or sorority. But we believe that we will benefit from having an expert to guide how we engage on these issues. Although we find the song disgusting, we also recognize that this is a moment to better engage in important dialogue around issues of race and other diversity topics, and we won't shy away from doing so. We are committed to having the tough conversations in every chapter and with every member. Second, we are creating a mandatory diversity and education program that will enhance existing program in place for all SAE members and staff. To help us create our program, we have engaged in the Paradigm Group Consultants. As a first step in our partnership, we will be launching an online diversity certification training program, which will be rolled out at the chapter level starting next week. Third, to guide us in these efforts, we are appointing a National Advisory Committee on Diversity and Inclusion. This committee will include SAE undergraduates, alumni, and outside subject matter experts. The committee will provide oversight and guidance to the actions being announced today, as well as other activities in the areas of diversity and inclusion. And fourth, we've established a new confidential hotline that SAE members and other concerned parties are encouraged to call to report any inappropriate, offensive, or illegal behaviors to our organization. Any calls to this hotline will be taken seriously and investigated by SAE. As with our hazing hotline that was established over a decade ago, we will investigate every call. While we want to look forward and are focused on improving education and engagement on this issue, we also know that we need to understand where issues currently exist. And so as of last week, we started a comprehensive investigation of all of our chapters to determine if any others have engaged in behavior similar to what we saw on the video from our former chapter at the University of Oklahoma. We want to be thoughtful in this review and hope to have the benefit of the Director of Diversity and Inclusion as we continue this work. I can promise that just as we did with Oklahoma, if we learn of any discrimination or unacceptable behavior currently going on, we will be swift in our response. As you know, with the University of Oklahoma, we started a process to close the chapter within an hour of learning of the video. With that move, all members of the chapter were immediately suspended, and we are now in the process of moving forward with the disciplinary procedures outlined in our bylaws. Through this process, we will evaluate and determine each individual's permanent status with the fraternity. This process will be fair and deliberate, and we will follow the procedures set forth by our national bylaws. In closing, I want to reiterate that this type of behavior is not reflective of what SAE stands for, nor is it reflective of the overwhelming majority of our 15,000 undergraduate members and 200,000 living alumni members across the country and the world. However, we are unified in moving forward to do what needs to be done to make sure that our actions always reflect our values and our creed. We know that we have a responsibility to educate our members, and we are committed to helping to develop these young men into men of great character. Again, I want to thank you for your time today. And together with Brandon, we will now be happy to take your questions.